Hello, intraweb. Real quick, have any of you done the Studio Ghibli trend? Well, it turns out that so many people are doing it, it's quote, melting OpenAI's GPUs. I tried to do it, but this was the best I got. Not quite Ghibli style, I think they fixed it because rumblings of copyright infringement had started up. Anyways, just wanted to say good job. Overload them systems. Now. Today, we're talking about JoJo Siwa charging fans to let them work for her. Things were getting a bit too hot for Impractical Jokers' Joe Gatto, so he canceled the rest of his current tour. Roblox once again proves that the internet is as dangerous a place as it is wonderful. All that and more in today's end of the week episode of... But before we start, make sure you're subscribed so you're never left out of the loop. But if the data that I'm seeing is right, you probably won't. Mostly because you're a bit fascinating.
JoJo Siwa's upcoming summer 2025 tour has ignited controversy due to its high-priced VIP package, which includes fan participation in concert setup.
JoJo Siwa's 2025 tour just dropped what might be the most unintentionally hilarious VIP experience in pop history. For a mere $900, fans, yes, paying fans, can become part-time roadies in her Dream Guest VIP package. The perks, you ask? You get to arrive early and help set up the concert. That's right, hand the mic, test the drum kit, maybe screw in a few lights, all while JoJo supervises. She told Access Hollywood, quote, "You're gonna help us set it up and make sure things are right." Translation, you get to do the work her crew usually does. But instead of getting paid, you're handing over nearly $1,000. Peak capitalism? Maybe. A masterclass in Gen Z hustle? Possibly. Either way, it's giving major the peasants pay to labor for the princess energy. It's stupid is what it is, if I did make that clear in the sarcasm, but you know. Some fans are baffled, others amused, and a few were actually down. Because who wouldn't want to shell out rent money to audition as JoJo's unpaid stagehand for a day? Sure, it includes input on a setlist and a Q&A session, but still, it's just kind of wild how fan engagement now means working for your idol like it's an unpaid internship at the house of Siwa. Anyways, tell me what you think about this. Are you gonna pay for this? I genuinely want to know. I don't think there's a chance of hell you could get me to pay you to work for you. Actually, is that what YouTube's doing right now? No, we make a few pennies off of every episode.
Joe Gatto, former Impractical Jokers star, has checked into an inpatient facility following multiple allegations of sexual assault and harassment.
Man, Joe Gatto's clean-cut prankster image is cracking pretty fast here. The former Impractical Joker star has now canceled his entire tour and entered into an inpatient treatment, also known as rehab. After two women came forward with accusations, one via TikTok and another via People magazine, alleging sexual misconduct and harassment. Gatto has denied the assaults, but admits to using poor judgment? Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. Means he did something. The first accuser, a TikToker named Josie B, I think that's how you say it, says she was 19 when the alleged assault occurred in 2023 after meeting Gatto at a show in Milwaukee and later messaging with him on Instagram. She claims that he invited her to his hotel room and assaulted her shortly after reconciling with his wife. The second accuser, who worked with Gatto on Impractical Jokers, described a pattern of inappropriate touching, personal probing, and unsolicited invites to his hotel room. The poor judgment is kind of adding up right now. Gatto is now sticking to the typical famous person PR script, deny the worst, concede the vague. And while his choice to seek help may seem like accountability, it's also a well-timed retreat as public scrutiny heats up. They always go to rehab when this happens. You guys know that those rehab celebrities go to are more like a luxury vacation, right? While he claims no wrongdoing, the way he's acting isn't exactly helping anything. Retreating into treatment while insisting you're innocent tends to look a little less like growth and a lot more like damage control. But let me know what you guys think. There's people on both sides here that don't see these people as victims. Other people say the power dynamic comes into play. What side of the fence do you land on?
A U.S. airman is facing charges of child sexual exploitation through online communication.
Parental controls, people. Parental controls, or watch what your kid's doing on the internet. Alright, David Ibarra, a 31-year-old Air Force senior airman stationed at Anchorage, has been charged with what can only be described as a parent's nightmare scenario. Ibarra allegedly used Roblox, a platform primarily populated by children, to masquerade as a 13-year-old boy. You can see where this is going. Now, this is a multi-platform case because his initial hunting ground was on TikTok, where he first made contact with a 9-year-old girl from Long Island. It was there he was able to convince the victim to communicate with him on Roblox using his fabricated identity as a teen boy from Texas. Prosecutors allege that Ibarra coerced the victim into creating, images and videos using monetary incentives. Yeah, a series of 17 PayPal transactions totaling $191 had been found. It's disgusting. Playing a bit of detective, the victim's mother posed as an older sister and began texting Ibarra as well. Luckily, the strategy worked as she got him to send a selfie that ultimately helped investigators confirm his identity. When confronted, Ibarra allegedly admitted not to just targeting the one, but suggested he had similar interactions with others, including another victim in New Jersey. Currently, he's in an unpaid status with the Air Force pending trial, and judges ordered him held until then as well. Rental controls. Just don't talk to people on the internet. You can turn off the chat. But I wouldn't know. I don't have kids, so parents.
Michael Burch, a 69-year-old man, died in a Colorado jail in 2023 after suffering broken ribs and a collapsed lung during an altercation with a deputy.
Michael Burch, a retired California prison guard, was arrested in March of 2023 in Colorado after exhibiting unusual behavior. Yeah, apparently he was driving to the homes of strangers wielding a rubber mallet, we'll say. Once in jail, an incident involving a pencil escalated quickly. Deputies had ordered him to drop the pencil, and when he didn't, a taser was deployed and a struggle followed. Burch allegedly rushed a deputy and was tackled into a steel bench, which fractured 6 of his ribs and collapsed his right lung. Despite obvious signs of distress and him stating that his ribs were crushed, he didn't receive any hospital care. The paramedics briefly examined him, but according to the lawsuit, they didn't perform a full evaluation. No stethoscope to the chest, no vital signs being taken. A few days later, a remote nurse consultation focused on his mental health but didn't include any visual check of his chest. His condition had worsened over the week, and on April 4th, he was found dead on the floor of his cell. An autopsy confirmed the injuries and had ruled the death a homicide. Still, prosecutors are declining to charge the deputy, citing self-defense. Burch's family has since filed a lawsuit naming the county, sheriff's office, paramedics, and jail healthcare providers. They allege not only excessive force, but also a systematic failure to treat his injuries. But what are your thoughts? Do you think this was intentional neglect? Or was it a simple oversight, an accident that happened to fall through the cracks and... Yeah, sorry, if you believe that this was an accidental oversight, you are sorely misinformed about how the prison system worked, my friend. Anyways, on that piece of it's always self-defense news, I'm gonna call it. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, do me that last solid and hit that like button, help spread some news. Anyways, I'll catch you next time. Bye.